All right, YouTube, we back again, man. We rolling. It's Zulu Gunner. A like, share, subscribe, comment, and we just gonna keep banging on since black men are faced. Um, I took that statement that Ebony K. Williams and a lot of women say that men are failures, and they're really, referring to black men. I took that as a center of focus to spin back at them to see who's really failing. Um, the easiest way to deter responsibility and accountability is the finger point, right? Now, if you pay attention to what's going on and you know where to look for the information and data, you can see that it is um, a framing of men going on. What it is a rejection of the natural order. And these women want to have their cake and eat it too. It was never them being oppressed. It was never them being mistreated by every man. Um, it 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 is definitely inaccurate to blame all men and believe all women. What has happened is these women have always wanted to do what they wanted to do, and the results from it has consequences. And they continuously want to put the blame on somebody other than themselves, right? And black women are a special case. I keep telling everybody, like, in the history of mankind, black people are special people. They're very unique. We are very unique, myself included. We are very unique, and we have had historical lows throughout history. I can't think of a time where we had a historical high point other than African and early indigenous origins before coming in too much contact with the other world. Ever since we came in contact with the rest of the world on a mass scale, it has been nothing but problems for us, and we seem to get encompassed and engulfed in it some kind of way. And it just continues. We can never break free. And the dilemma is the fighting amongst ourselves, the lack of community, unity, and the disconnect between the men and the women within the black community. And the women have just blatantly, on their own, made a decision to separate from the black community and go into the world and follow the philosophies, propaganda, and, you know, incorporate themselves into the systems. And when you turn traitor to your kind, and also you reject the natural order, um, you will suffer consequences. And we don't really have to argue. Like I tell black men, stop arguing with black women, stop trying to debate them, stop trying to have them, you know, as guests on panels. You surely shouldn't take advice from them, right? Like there is a very, very small select group of black women that are qualified to counsel the children and also give um, a second opinion or a word of encouragement to a man. These new women, if you listen to them, even if the message sounds good, I'm telling you, it is still bad information, right? I told y'all last year, stop listening to women. Do not listen to them. If you take my advice, you will understand. It'll open you up, and then you'll put the microscope on everything, and you can start seeing all these connections to this insanity that's going on, right? So, old Fanny here, she went after YFN Lucci, she went after Young Thug and YSL, then she went after Trump. And I'm gonna do another stream regarding just how Trump's been targeted throughout his presidency and after his presidency and his, continuation of his election campaign to re-achieve the presidency. So I'm gonna do a stream on that because I'm gonna ask a real valid question to the FBI, CIA, DEA, uh, in regards to, did y'all ever think to investigate the Democratic Party and these different connections of prosecutors, all the way up from the impeachment hearings on down to every type of legal or civil litigation that Trump has suffered? Have y'all made a connection between these individuals who chose to pursue Trump, who they're connected to politically, right? And is there any interaction and any communication, um, transcripts to determine the beginning point and the original motive, right? So, I'm telling you, man, you have to really, really, really break these things down. Y'all don't get it. I'm trying to help y'all, man. I'm telling you, I'm trying to help you, right? And then also, look, let's just get back to Fannie, right? 22 charges. The woman who masqueraded in front of the camera calling black men criminals and responsible for murder and all sorts of crime in the city of Atlanta, uh, destroying the community, and da 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 da. Now, look, she's got 22 charges now. A criminal calling somebody else a criminal and wanting you to destroy somebody else's life based on her word, but she is a criminal herself. She's also part of the Democratic crime family. Y'all keep that in mind. She's a part of the Democratic crime family and hit squad. See, Trump is smart. When somebody makes an accusation against you, you have to immediately counter, and you also have to do your own investigation, right? And that's what you got to do now. You got to fight fire with fire. You can't play no games out here, right? And that's what I'm telling black men to do. You know, I'm asking the black community as a whole, but you know, the women, they're with the sisterhood and they're with the system. They have turned traitor. So it's hard to get them on board. So I'm asking black men across the country, like when things like one of ours is being pursued criminally, especially starting with R. Kelly, we're dealing with we dealt with what happened to Jonathan Majors, Bill Cosby, etc. YFN Lucci, Young Thug, YSL. When we constantly are being attacked, now Diddy's excluded. I'm not messing with him. Diddy on some other shit. He got enough money, he can figure his shit out. Um, but dealing with these situations, right? Going back to when Kobe Bryant and his daughter died in that tragic accident, and then Gail done that interview. Like, I don't see why y'all still support Gail or Oprah, period. And then I think it was a Democratic senator who threatened Snoop Dogg because Snoop Dogg had the guts, and he backpedaled, which I would have never done. He had the guts, to go at Gail and tell Gail, like, you dead wrong for that dumb shit. And then, well, basically, she threatened Snoop. You know what I'm saying? So I told everybody like back then, like, okay, since you threatened Snoop, we ain't voting for you no more, right? And this is what you guys, this is what black men have to do. Look at all these black men that are being attacked, and look at the individuals. Yes, you can investigate them, or you cannot vote for them. Fight fire with fire. The lady who prosecuted R. Kelly, I'm gonna do a stream on her. Do not vote for her. She's a district attorney. That means she has to receive votes in order to hold that position. Guess what? Black men, take your votes away from her. Or investigate her. Hire a private investigator to investigate, her history and the things that she's done, and follow a money trail on her. Yeah. You know, I told y'all I invented snitch on the snitch for snitch. They try to rename it snitch on the bitch. Like when you're the equivalent of a woman calling the police on you is the same as a woman putting you on child support unjustly. Like if you're already providing for your kids and doing for your kids, and she hasn't gave you a chance to do things on your own, and y'all come up with a program for the kids independent of getting the system involved, and she just ferociously just puts child support on you. That's the same as her calling the police on you. Like black men have been okay for a long time with women putting the system up against them and tolerated it. And it is inexcusable. And you have the right to do the same to them in return. You know? So who's really the failure here? Ebony K. Williams and black women in America. Who's really the failure? Y'all going down one after the other. When we were going down for being falsely accused and framed, y'all was just clapping. Y'all was in an uproar. Y'all treated us like we was the KKK. Y'all loved R. Kelly's music, then y'all immediately turned on him. And then y'all women, I remember going to school with y'all when y'all were young in middle school and high school. And y'all was messing with older dudes. Y'all wouldn't even talk to us when we were y'all age. But then when this man gets all this money, fame, and notoriety, he can't have a young woman. It's a problem. You weren't thinking like that when you were young and messing with an older guy. I'm telling you, man, these women are funny, man. This whole dilemma about a gender war, man, I'm telling y'all, it's not a gender war, man. Y'all engaged in caring and wanting to have a discourse with the most disturbed creatures on the planet. And I seen for myself, it did not take me long to determine. After coming into the manosphere, getting a dose of the red pill, and going out into the real world and coming back and forth, studying, it did not take me long to understand that this is not even a war. This is them losing themselves. And you have to let them. You have to let them destroy themselves. And when the smoke clears, they'll come running back, whichever ones are left. And then they'll start participating in their community and under natural law and in a gender role based system, just like the other races and nationalities. They'll get back to it. Um, but yeah, like who's really failing? I told y'all that it was going to be more one after the other. They're dropping like flies. Like, and every time I get on my news feed a black woman in a high ranking position that's under investigation, that's facing charges, I'm gonna do a stream about it. Because I remember what y'all did to R. Kelly, Bill Cosby, Jonathan Majors. I'm never gonna forget that. What you're doing to YFN Lucci, Young Thug, who else? Russell Simmons left the country, had to leave the country. Um, I'm not gonna forget. Y'all claim that it was the white men in America that doesn't want to relinquish power. Who in the fuck wants to relinquish power anyway? That's a fucking stupid comment. The thing is, you have to get in where you fit in, but you also have to be loyal to your people. You know what I'm saying? And put your people in a better position. If your people's in a better position, you have a haven for yourself, stupid motherfuckers. This shit is crazy, man. This shit is crazy. But we'll keep watch, man. I'm gonna get out of here. We'll talk to y'all a little later. This is your boy Zulu Gutter. Like, share, subscribe, comment, and we'll be back a little later today. See you soon.